But when one of those vehicles is an 80,000-pound semi-truck, things get way more complicated. Suddenly, you're not just dealing with the at-fault driver's insurance, but you're navigating a whole maze of federal trucking regulations and various laws that come into place specifically for trucking companies. The evidence in trucking cases is way more complex. There's black box data, driver logs, regulations, bills of lading, all sorts of things that you're going to have to understand in order to litigate that case properly. Trucking cases often require specialized experts to reconstruct the accident or to explain how the injuries occurred, biomechanical experts, accident reconstructionists, these sorts of experts. And there are specific rules and regulations that apply to professional truck drivers that don't apply to someone just driving a normal car. For example, there are limits on the number of hours that a truck driver can drive. Trucking companies and truck drivers are required to inspect and regularly maintain their vehicles. There are cargo rules related to loading and securing the load on the truck. And there are all sorts of background requirements that trucking companies are supposed to perform on their drivers to make sure that their drivers have clean criminal records and no problems related to substance use. So unlike in car wreck cases, where it's usually just the at-fault driver who is responsible, in trucking companies, there are usually multiple parties who could be at fault. It could be as many as not just the at-fault trucking driver, but the trucking company for not maintaining the vehicle, perhaps the shipper or broker responsible for the load, and maybe they loaded too much or didn't secure the load properly. So there's all sorts of things that you can get into in a truck case that is way different from just the average car wreck case. So knowing how to investigate all of those potential claims and all of those potential theories and avenues of liability is where a good trucking lawyer will serve you, as compared to just, the car wreck guy who's pretending to be a truck accident lawyer. Because of the size and weight of semi-trucks, the severity of damage is often much greater than in the typical car wreck case.